Today, we're going to be testing out and building out some n8n AI agents live. So the first thing that I'm going to show you here is an AI voice agent. So if we, for example, test this outbound down, I'll just show you exactly how it works in a minute, but we're going to test this out and just make sure it works. So what this is going to do is take the details from my appointments and then give me a cheeky call on my number, as you can see right here. Boom. Let's answer it right now.
Hey, this is Julian Goldie's AI assistant. I was just calling about your call. What's your biggest challenge with SEO right now?
Right now, we need to get more leads, more traffic, more sales.
Got it. You're focusing on increasing leads, traffic, and sales. That's crucial. Are you the one making the final decisions on your SEO strategy? Or is there someone else involved in those decisions?
Yeah, so that's mainly me, yeah.
Great. It's good to connect with you directly. What have you tried so far to boost your SEO results? Are there any specific challenges you faced in your link building efforts?
Yeah, so right now we just don't know where to start. We've been watching Julian Goldie's videos and it's confusing us more than helping us, my friend.
I totally get it. SEO can be overwhelming at first. What if we focus on defining clear, achievable goals for your SEO strategy?
So you get the point. Easy to automate, and this is all based on the custom criteria that we put inside this report. It can work for you whether you're doing outbound calls for appointment setting, whether you're doing outbound calls, for example, for let's say you are trying to get clients in, or let's say you've even got a call funnel where you just need to reach out to leads and that sort of thing. This is quite easy to set up, pretty simple automation. If you actually just want to skip ahead and just steal it from me, then you can get it from the AI Success Lab, which is completely free. Let me pull that up for you as an example. So if we go to the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description, go to the classroom AI course, and then boom, we have the n8n appointment setter, and you can just download the resources directly from me. All right. So let me show you exactly how this works step by step and exactly how to set it up. Right. So first thing that you want is to have a schedule. Right. So you can see here, for example, every day 9 a.m. we can schedule this workflow to run. And what it's going to do is check my calendar. So it's going to run through my calendar over here. It's going to say, right, over the next sort of 24 hours, what have we got going on? Who are we going to need to contact? So, for example, we've got Julian Goldie's n8n party. He's booked in a call. Let's call him. So it's going to take all the calendar information and plug it in like so. So in terms of the settings here, if we pull this up, we've got days between triggers, 1 day, trigger hour, 9 a.m., trigger minute. Don't worry about that, right? And that is just a schedule for a trigger. So the first thing that you want to do is just add a node. Right click here, add node, and then just a scheduled trigger. That's the one you're going to select, and then use these settings like so. If you want to steal these settings from me, what I can actually do is just screenshot those and plug them into the AI Success Lab so you can get the details completely for free, right? You don't need to pay for this. It's completely free. You can just steal the scheduled trigger settings from me down here, right, folks? Now, the other thing as well, I'll come on to this later, but the other thing you can do as well is you can actually use your 11 Labs custom-made Pro Voice as well. So if you want your voice to be more lifelike, then all you do is you use 11 Labs, create a custom voice using the Pro package, and then your voice can be exactly like a clone of yours, pretty much. Now, John asks, did you set your schedule by your timing or the key customer country? So this is just based on our timing, but you can do it however you want. You could set up a trigger based on the country and that sort of thing as well. So now what we've done is we've set up this appointments trigger. All right. So you can see here for new appointments, basically what we're doing is we're taking the daily schedule and the details of the appointment, and then we're saying, right, after now and before 24 hours later, get all the calendar invites from this particular list, right, from this email address. And so it's logging in with my Google Calendar. It's quite easy to add a credential. You just click on create new credential and then sign in with Google. And then using this, you can easily just log in with your Google, set up a resource, get the latest calendar appointments from your calendar. That's going to say, right, okay, within the next 24-hour window, let's get all the calendar appointments like you see over here. And then we can use those to plug them into our n8n agent. All right. So if we were setting this up from scratch, you're going to add a node with the details of the daily schedule. Then you're going to add a new node called get appointments. All right. So to do that, you can just click the plus sign over here. You would add a schedule trigger using that. And then after that, you're going to link that to a calendar invite, right? You just select Google Calendar and then get many events, and then you're good to go on that as well, right? We'll just delete that for now, but you see the point. And then if you want the settings for this, let me pull that up for you, and we can plug that into the AI Success Lab as well. All right, so if you want to steal these from me. Also, one thing to note here is we've selected return all, so that returns all the appointments in the calendar for that specific window. And for all the settings, I'll put these inside the AI Success Lab. Just go to the n8n Appointment Setter 2.0, and then you can get the details. The reason it's called 2.0 is because I did previously set this up a few days ago, but I didn't like the prompts that much. I didn't think it was that good, whereas now I actually think the prompts are 10 times better, and the resources and the results you get from this are a lot better than they've ever been, all right? So from here, we've set up the daily schedule. We've set up the appointment collector. Then that's going to go to this AI agent. Right? And essentially inside this AI agent, we've got this prompt, which basically takes the information from the appointment. So for example, it's collecting the event name, the date and time, the time zone, and the description. And then it's saying, right, here's what you're going to do when you connect, right? Be patient, slow down, wait for the appointment details, etc., right? So that's the user message that we use. We selected define below as the AI agent, plugged in this prompt, and then require specific format, right? So basically what that's going to do is allow you to connect a parser to the AI agent that takes all the information from here and then organizes it neatly. I'll show you how to set that up in a second, all right? And then from here, we also have a system message. So we have this system message that basically says, like, you are Julian Goldie AI, the world's best appointment setter. Call the lead who has already booked in a call from Julian Goldie's calendar, confirm that they can attend at the scheduled time, here's what to do, blah, blah, blah. All right? If you want the full details and want to copy and paste for that, let me put the system message inside here. So that's for the n8n agent. And you got the prompt message and the system message that you can just copy and paste from me. Now, by the way, if you want all the details of how, if you just want the template that you can just copy and paste and literally just import, then we have the appointment setter agent template down here inside the AI Success Lab. So you can just download this stuff from me, all right? The other thing to note here is when you're doing this, if you want like support, if you want help, if you want implementation support, etc., then feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments and description. This just comes with like weekly coaching calls, awesome community, all my best AI agents, plus DM support. So if you need help implementing this stuff, if you get confused along the way, just join the AI Profit Boardroom and then you can get the help and the support you need. All right, so what we're going to do from here is we've set up the Outbound AI agent. I've shown you all the settings for this. I'm just going to grab that and copy it for you as well. And then you just want to link this to an OpenAI chat model. I actually use GPT-4 Mini with my OpenAI account. You could use even OpenRouter or something like that. Like if you just want to use this for free, then you can use OpenRouter, plug that in, change your settings, and you're good to go. But basically the main thing here is like you're creating an outbound agent that passes the information from the calendar event and sends it over to this structured output parser, right? So to set this up, like I said, you want to make sure that you select require specific output format, and then from here, select structured output parser, and then for the schema type, select define below, right? Don't select generate from JSON example, select define from below. From here, you've got all this information in terms of what's going to be sent over to the AI agent for booking. Now, you can see here, for example, we are passing the information into the properties, event name, date, time zone, about, contact, phone number, email address, decision maker, etc. Basically what we're doing here is we're going to collect the data from the appointment and we're going to fire that over to our agent that does the outbound dials in a minute. I'll show you how to set that up in a second as well, right? So if you want the outbound parser, details to copy paste, you've got them all right here. Now, just to recap, you set up the daily schedule trigger so that the automation runs at 9 a.m. every day and it looks at the appointments over the next 24 hours. Then this gets all the information from your calendar and it sends it over to the AI agent, which is going to pass that information so that we can put it in a structured format for outbound dials. Now we're on to the final module, right? Pretty simple stuff. So on the final module, what you're going to be doing is using a tool called retailai.com. And Retail AI is basically an automated outbound voice dialer, right? It's a voice agent. And you can connect it to n8n, and it's pretty simple and easy to set up. So, for example, what you want to do is you want to go into retailai.com. You can get a free trial, and they'll give you $10 free credits as you're using this. And essentially, you're going to create an AI agent. Now, the one that I used to set up this one is a single prompt agent. So just select create agent and then single prompt agent in the top right. Once you've done that, you're going to see an example like this. And this is what you're going to see here. Now, I've selected GPT-4o Mini Real-Time to get faster responses on the call. This is more expensive than using something like GPT 4.1, which is a lot slower, but also cheaper. So it depends. Do you want speed or do you want better quality? Right, that's up to you. That's up to you. Do you want to go cheap or do you want to go fast? You can't really do both. And so what we've done here is we've plugged in this prompt into our single prompt AI agent. If you want the instructions, I'll put it inside the AI Success Lab. But basically, you can click this link and then plug in these details into a single prompt agent. And ideally, you want to use O Mini Real-Time. Now, once you've done that, you also want to load a knowledge base, right? So what I actually did was I uploaded a document of our sales SOP and our outbound setting SOP that can train the agent on exactly what to say on the call. Why would we do that? We do it because we want to make sure that the agent knows what type of questions to ask and what our process is on getting those calls confirmed, right? And bear in mind, like, this is a massive win. Like, if you're running Facebook ads, if you're running any sort of booking appointment funnel, which I know a lot of you guys are out there and girls, right? Then this is an easy way to reconfirm the bookings, make sure they actually show up, qualify them, and even get the call recordings so that you can make sure, you know, these are qualified leads and you can get warmed up. You could also get the details of the call from your AI agent, and then with that transcript and the notes, you're more warmed up and you're more ready for the call because the discovery process has already been done inside the sales process, right? So just to be clear here, we've set up the knowledge base. In terms of the functions, you just want to make sure you add end call. So make sure you add end call as a function there. Then you've got the knowledge base set up. Speech settings, these are the speech settings. I just went with the default ones. Call settings, these are the call settings that I've set up. And it's important to put inside the instructions here, like just be patient and wait to connect. And also only ask one question at a time. This is important too, because otherwise what it does is it blasts like 10 questions to your client as soon as they answer the call, which you don't want, right? Now, the other thing to note here is when you're doing this, if you're going to call them with AI, as far as I'm aware, due to compliance, you need to be careful, right? So you need to make sure you have a disclaimer if you're going to call anyone with AI before they opt in and book the appointment. That's for compliance reasons. Now, I'm not a legal expert, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do or how to do it. You can always check with a legal expert. But as far as I'm aware, that's what I know. So just make sure you do your own research before you test this out. So from here, what you also want to do is select from the welcome message drop down, AI initiates, AI begins with a dynamic begin message. So that's going to take the information from the call, which we've passed inside here. So it's got the details of the event name, who's going to be attending, the email address, etc. And then it's going to personalize the information to that person. Right? And the good thing about this is it's faster than a human appointment setter, and it's easier to set up. Honestly, it's way faster to train this AI agent to do outbound calls for you than it is to train an appointment setter. I can tell you that for free. All right, so we've run through all the settings right here, and then you just want to click on publish. So you can see an example here and select an outbound phone number. So you can see we can select our outbound phone number here, right? Now, when you're setting this up, right, you also want to make sure inside the phone number section here, you add a new phone number. So you can click on buy a new number. You can buy it for like $2. You get $10 of free credits. So it's basically free. And then you just need to verify it, which you'll see the top settings in the right? So you verify it on your mobile phone, take a picture of your ID, it verifies in about 60 seconds from my own experience, and then you're going to assign that outbound agent to the information like so. So these are my settings for the phone number, right? So we've got the outbound call agent, that's taking the agent from our agent section over here, as you can see. And then inside the phone number section as well, that's basically it. Right, we didn't select an inbound call agent or anything like that. I actually disabled the inbound, but you can see how easy it is to set that up. If you need the settings, let me grab the settings for you, and I'll plug that inside the AI Success Lab. All right. And by the way, I'm not the genius to set this up. I learned this stuff from AI Workshop. AI Workshop on YouTube. Would recommend checking out his channel. He's very, very good at n8n workflows. So from here, we've got the agent set up. We've got the phone number set up. The thing that we also need to do is create the API key. So you need to grab an API key like you can see, and then we're going to plug that into n8n in a second. All right. So just to be clear here, inside Retail AI, you've created the agent, you've set up the phone number, and you've also set up the API key. And from there, you're good to go. So once you've done all of this, then what you're going to do is go back to n8n, and you're going to select HTTPS request. So you're going to add a node that says HTTP request, and then the method is going to be post, right? That is the method, because you're posting outbound. You're just going to delete that, right? So you can see this is our HTTP request module. And inside here, we've got the outbound dial section. So what we're doing is we're taking the information from the AI agent. So for example, the phone number, the time zone, what the appointment is about, the contact phone number, etc. Then we've got this URL as the URL, okay? So if you need that URL, let me plug that in right here. So that's the URL you're going to plug in. And then in terms of the generic credential type, select custom auth account, and then you're going to take your API key and plug it inside JSON code like this. So this is an example, right? So you got the headers, the authorization, the content type, and you just put your API key in this section right here. All right, obviously I'm going to delete my API key after this video, but I just want to show you exactly how it's set up to help you, and that's why I'm exposing it to everyone on the video right now. Then from here, you're going to scroll down once you've set up the custom auth account, and you're going to select send body JSON using JSON, and then you're going to take this JSON information like so. Now, this is the dynamic information from the appointment information right here that's been passed. So you can see an example right here. If you want to take that code from me, let me show you exactly how to do it. So this is the JSON body on the HTTP request as an example. You can customize this as much as you want. You can also like take this information and just ask ChatGPT like what's the best way to format it, or I want to add this field or that field, etc. if you want to customize the JSON without actually being a coder. Right? But basically what we're doing here is we're taking the phone number from Retail AI and we're plugging that inside the JSON. Right? To get the phone number, you just go to phone numbers over here. You're going to find that phone number you created and then just copy it and plug it into your settings like you can see. The to number is going to be the number from the calendar event, which is right down there, and it's dynamic. The name is going to be the event name that you can see from the calendar event. Same for the phone number, the reason, start time, that's all taken from the event. And then the final thing here is that you need to get the agent ID. Now, if you want to get the agent ID, you just go back to agents, then you're going to click on single prompt agent, and then from here, you're going to copy this agent ID in the top left. That allows you to grab the agent ID and then plug it inside the JSON file like you can see over here. So once you've done that, you are good to go, my friends. That was basically it. You selected the URL, the authentication, added the custom authentication, sent the body, JSON, using JSON, plugged in the JSON from the AI Success Lab, and then you are good to go. Now, as you're running this workflow, you want to test each section, right? So test a step, make sure it works. That's going to relay the information to the next step so that when you get to the outbound dial section, you're able to test it and make sure this works, right? So for example, again, if we go and we test this step, it's going to be a slight delay inside Google Voice or wherever you're taking the call.
Hey, this is Julian Goldie's AI assistant. I was just calling about your call. What's your biggest challenge with SEO right now?
Right now, mate, we are struggling with building backlinks.
Building backlinks can definitely be a challenge. Just curious, are you looking to improve your site's authority, or are you focusing more on driving targeted traffic?
Yeah, right now we just want to get more targeted traffic to our website. We're trying to rank for our certain keywords.
Got it. Targeted traffic is crucial for ranking well. When you're aiming to rank for those specific keywords, do you currently have a strategy for identifying high-quality sites to get backlinks from?
No, we have no idea how to find them.
No worries. A good approach is to start by identifying websites that are already relevant to your industry or niche. Have you tried looking for sites that already rank for your target keywords, or those that are considered authorities in your field?
Not yet. Do you think that's a good idea?
Absolutely. That's a great idea. Building relationships with authoritative sites in your niche can really boost your SEO. You might start by reaching out to them for...
Alright, so you see here how it's like actually quite a powerful automation where you're not just doing the discovery process with the potential client and the customer, but also you're giving value to the person that they're calling up, right? Because you can see this AI agent is uniquely looking at the situation, analyzing what they can improve, giving them tips on how to improve, and then setting that process up so that when it comes to the actual call that my team will take, that client has already got value, understands that we're the experts, is already impressed by the process, and is now warmed up and ready and knows exactly what they need to do to get more SEO traffic, right? And this would work for any agents or anyone running a sales call funnel. So, hope that helps. And I have downloaded that template and plugged it inside the free AI Success Lab, like you can see right here. You can get it for free. I just wanted to help you, and that's why I'm giving you all this information, all right? It's absolutely amazing what you can do with this. It's amazing that n8n can do it, and you can see how easy it is to set up. Now, as I said, I'm going to have to just delete my API key. So you can delete your API key like so. Just make sure you set up another one and set that as a webhook. And then your API key is done and dusted, my friend. And that's basically it. And then if you want to import this stuff, let me show you how easy it is. So if we go into workflow, personal, we're going to download the template from the AI Success Lab, which you can see right here. So this is the JSON code. We'll download that. And then we'll go inside n8n and we're going to go to import from file, upload the JSON, boom shakalaka, agent is just set up, ready to go. It didn't cost you a penny because you can steal it from me inside the AI Success Lab, all right? So that's basically it. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to get the AI Success Lab completely free inside the link in the comments of this video. And again, if you want to get help, support, if you want to get weekly Q&As, if you want to get coaching, DM support, and just meet an awesome community of rock stars in AI, then feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom. This comes with an awesome classroom of all of my best automations, templates, workflows. Comes with weekly Q&A calls, and we're going to start doing 3 calls a week. So you're going to get tons of value inside there. And it's basically just a community of one goal for everyone who joins, which is to make more money and save time with AI. So feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments and description. I appreciate you watching. Today, I'm going to show you how to link Slack to n8n so that you can basically have your own AI agent directly inside Slack, and then you can customize it exactly how you want. So I'll show you exactly how to set this up. Plus, you're going to get the free template inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description. And so you can see Slack is connected over here. If you go to our Slack channel, you can see that it says here, hey, automated with this n8n workflow, and then it links directly to our n8n workflow that automated this process, right? This is really easy to set up once you figure it out, okay? So let me show you exactly how to set this up step by step and the whole process. So if we have a look at this particular AI agent, what we've done over here is we've selected a post message node. Now, if you're wondering how to do that, you just add a node, you're going to type in Slack, and then from here, we're going to select actions. And we're going to click on send a message, right? So inside my settings for the Slack automation, I've set up a direct login. So the way that you can do that is you can just go to the drop down over here, create new credential, and then you can actually log in with Slack directly. Then in the resource section, you can select message, operation equals send. You can select a channel over here, and then you can choose which channel you want to select to post in, right? So for example, let's say from the list ads. Inside the message type, we've just selected send message, and then you can put whatever message you want. So for example, hey, right? Now, I'll come on to what you would send in a second, but what you want to do whilst you're setting this up is you want to go to api.slack.com, right? Go to api.slack.com, then you're going to go to apps in the top right, then you're going to go to create new app, like you can see, and then from scratch, right? So let's say, for example, we want to put SEO bot as the app that we want to build. I'm going to build that inside our space over here. So we're going to create the app like so. And now once you've set up this SEO bot, you're going to see a page that looks like this, okay? So what we need to do from here is we need to go to OAuth permissions. Then we're going to scroll down. So scroll down the page. And then inside scopes, you're going to add a few different settings, right? So for example, for my n8n example, the scopes that we added previously are apps mentions red, channels :join, channels red, chat right, groups red. All right. And this basically just allows the agent to interact directly inside your Slack. So you can just select the options that you want. As you can see right here. If you want to steal these settings from me, I'll put it inside the AI Success Lab, inside here. So you can just copy and paste the instructions for me. So you go to api.slack.apps. Go down to OAuth and permissions, use the settings below. And I've screenshotted them for you right here. Now, if we go inside our Slack channel, like you can see, we're just going to tag in and before we do that, we need to select OAuth tokens and install to Unlimited Goldie Agency. So you go to OAuth and permissions, then you go to install to your Slack channel. So we're going to click on that like so, and we'll install this app to our channel, as you can see. Dev Ryan says, thank you, God bless you, thank you, and thanks for watching, appreciate you. And now we've got this set up, we're all good to go on that, right? Now, if we go back to our Slack channel, so you can see I'm inside my Slack, here we can press app, and we are going to type in SEO and SEO bot. All right, as you can see. Now, what you'll see is that we have to add the Slack bot to the channel. All right, so we're going to add them like so. We've invited the SEO bot to the channel, and now it's been added. Happy days. Now, if we test this operation, so you can see we've tested the send message with the message text, hey, hey. You can see that we've posted a message from n8n directly to Slack. Happy days. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up a trigger. So we're going to delete that, and we're going to select a new trigger, and this is going to allow us to monitor any times the bot has been mentioned, right? So this bot on n8n will monitor any mentions of it inside Slack, and if it receives a mention, then it's going to reply back to us. So we've got the Slack account, bot app mention. We can select watch the whole workspace if we want to as well. And then what you're going to see is a webhook URL. So you're going to take that webhook URL, just click it to copy it. You're going to go over to your API settings. So we've got the SEO bot app here. We're going to go down to events. So you can see event subscriptions, enable events, and then we're going to click on. We're going to paste in that webhook like so. And we just need to click test inside our Slack trigger. So let's click test like so. That's going to listen out. We're now going to retry, and that's been verified, right? So we've verified and linked the webhook URL. Now what we need to do is click add bot user event. And we can select an event that triggers the automation. So as an example, we've selected app mention inside the n8n example that I built previously. Select app mention inside yours, for example, as well. So here we go. Then we'll hit save changes, and that saves the event of the agent being mentioned, right? So it's linked to our workflow. So if we go back to our channel now, and we mention our SEO bot, you can see that's now filled in the mention of the bot and selected it as an event. Beautiful. Now what we need to do in between the Slack trigger and the Slack post message is to add an AI agent. So we're going to add a new module, click the plus sign, click AI agent, connected to the chat trigger mode. We can add some system message. So we'll put you are a helpful assistant. We'll test that step. And we'll take the text from the previous module, right? So you can see it's taking the text from here, plugging it into our AI agent. It's a helpful assistant. And if we go back now, all we need to do is just add a chat model. All right, so I'm going to select OpenAI. You can use OpenRouter if you don't want to pay for APIs. So either way, you can connect OpenAI to your AI agent. And we're going to link that AI agent over to Slack over here, right? So let's just test this out. That's got the information from the previous module and passed it and relayed it over here, all right? And the output is, hello, how can I assist you today? Now what you can also do is add a memory in here, and then inside our Slack message here, inside the message text, we're going to delete that, and we're going to take the output from the AI agent, all right? So basically when the AI agent responds, it's going to be taking the output and plugging it back into Slack. So let's test that step. This is the Slack channel that we've created. We're going to hit test step like so. And you can see it says, hello, how can I assist you today? And that is using the n8n workflow. Beautiful. All right. So that's basically how we've connected Slack as an AI agent in a really simplistic way. If you want to steal the template from me, I've actually included the Slack template inside the AI Success Lab, but essentially it's pretty simple and easy to do. If you want to get the settings for each part, let me show you exactly how. So I'll plug that into the AI Success Lab with all the screenshots. And what I'll also do is inside the AI Success Lab, I'll include an SOP step-by-step on exactly how to install this stuff as well from the transcript today. So that's essentially it. That's how you can connect Slack. Now, if you wanted this to go live, for example, what you would actually do is you would make this active, as you can see. And then if we go back into the Slack trigger, we can now get the production URL. All right. We're going to go back over to Slack in the API settings over here. And inside the event, we're going to change the webhook to this one instead, because that's the live webhook URL, right? We'll hit save changes like so. And let's test this out. And now you can see as soon as I posted that message, it's replied to me instantly. Now, if you wanted to make this AI agent more useful, what you could actually do inside the system message here is you could actually just change this. So for example, you could say, right, you're an SEO expert, writing SEO content. When I give you the keyword, you write the article. All right, just as an example, random example. So we're going to hit save like so. We're going to make this active again. Then we're going to go back to ads and we'll plug this in. So we're going to tag in the SEO bot and say keyword equals SEO training Japan. And now you can see that it will respond to us talking about the SEO keyword that we want to write about and the content, etc. So if we go inside here and we say write an article about SEO training Japan, and we just make sure we tag in the SEO bot. There you go. You've got the article written in Markdown format, created the whole thing. It's written it down in Markdown. So if we, for example, take this content now, we'll go over to Markdown Live Preview, check the content from the SEO bot we just created, and we've got a full article written and ready to go. Obviously, you would tweak the prompts. This was just a test, but you can see how easy it is to build your own bot inside Slack, link it to n8n, and then whatever you want to automate or whatever you need help with, you can easily have AI integrated directly inside there. n8n as well, it does have a Discord feature, so you can do the same thing inside Discord. But yeah, essentially that's how it works step by step. I'm going to deactivate that now, and I'm also going to delete the apps that I built. But essentially, that's how it works step by step. So you can easily see how to build Slack bots, how to create them, how to set them up inside n8n. If you want the template, go to the AI Success Lab. It's got all my settings, plus a step-by-step tutorial on how to build all this stuff, what settings to use. And if you just want to import the Slack template, you can actually download it here. And then if we, for example, created a new workflow inside n8n, we can upload the JSON file that we just created for Slack. And there you go, boom, AI agent just imported automatically, and you just customize it based on the settings for your own app, right? But you know exactly how to do that today. Now, if you need help setting this up, if you want all my best automations, and if you want to make more money with AI and basically automate and save time, you can see how much time you would save with that one single app, then feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom. Comes with tons of automations like this. It's a community focused on making more money and saving time with AI. And not just that, but it's got an awesome community of people serious about growing with AI. It's got an awesome classroom with all of my best automations, and also weekly coaching calls. So you can jump on the weekly coaching calls, get support. You can also DM us if you have any questions, and you can post inside the community if you need more help. But the main thing here is you get everything you need to implement and learn how to build your own workflows and automations based on what's working for us, and you can see how powerful this stuff is. So thanks so much for watching. Feel free to check that out and the AI Success Lab inside the link to the comments and description. Cheers. If you have any questions, peeps, as well, just before we get into the next section, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump straight into this. M says, what's happening, champ? Happy to help you. Just creating some n8n automations. And next, we're going to move on to Qwen and a new update from Qwen that is absolutely awesome. Qwen Web Dev Coder versus Bolt.new versus Lovable. So Qwen actually just released web dev that allows you to deploy apps like you can see right here on a subdomain and build them completely for free. So for example, if we have a look at this, we've got the subdomain for our app over here. We can copy that, we can share it with the world, we can share it with our team, and we can basically build apps and deploy them completely for free and code them in like one single prompt. Literally all I said was do this, and it went off, coded it, and built a beautiful app, right? Really simple and easy. So if you want to see how this compares versus paid tools like Bolt.new and Lovable and see who wins, then let's get straight into it. So we're actually going to compare side by side each of these models, and I'm actually going to use Qwen Max just to test this out. So if you want to get access to this, you can go to chat.qwen.ai. I've got all the links inside the AI Success Lab if you want to get this stuff, plus a step-by-step SOP. We're going to be running some prompts that I would actually use to build our apps and deploy them. So let's get straight into it. First thing we're going to build is a backlink ROI calculator. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to go into Qwen Max and we'll say build a backlink ROI calculator. We'll do the same thing inside Bolt.new, and we'll just see which one builds the best apps and which one is the best overall, right? So we're also monitoring for speed here and also usability. So sometimes we all know these app tools can have bugs, they can mess up, it's quite easy to make mistakes, etc. So let's test them out and see which one performs the best. So what's actually incredible is the fact that Lovable is still coding out, Bolt.new is still coding out, and Quen has already come back to us with a working app. If we give it some ideas, so for example, if we just test this work, we can see the values update. If we change the buttons at the bottom, we're good to go on that. So we've got the estimated results at the bottom, and then what we can actually do is click deploy, and boom, we've got the app ready to go over here. So in the time that it's taken for Bolt.new to still code out an app, and for Lovable to build something out, you see it spinning up the preview, Quen has already built the app, deployed it, and done it all for free, right? Bear in mind that Bolt.new is a paid tool and Lovable is a paid tool as well. So you can see how powerful this is and how easy it is to create stuff. Now, the only thing that I would say about this is that yes, it all works. Yes, it's free to build, blah, blah, blah. But the only problem here is like it doesn't look that nice. So what we can do back inside the web dev here is we can say, okay, make this a beautiful, I don't know, pink gradient, something like that, just to make it look a bit nicer, right? So we just need to improve the UI. So it's going off and improving the UI, as you can see over here. Bolt.new is still coding out the first version, and so is Lovable. And then we'll wait for Quen 2.5 Max to perform. Now, the other thing here as well to note is that we're using the old model of Quen, and that's purely because I want to move faster on the video. I'm showing you some demos. I think normally what I'd recommend is that you actually use Quen 3. It's just that's going to take a bit more time to actually come out with outputs, right? So if you want speed, go with Quen 2.5 Max. If you want like the best possible outputs and you got a bit more time than I have on a live stream, then I would recommend using Quen 3. So Bolt.new has pulled this out now. Let's test this out. So it's given us a slightly different form here with the website URL. So we'll type in the website URL. We'll put the backlink cost, the domain authority, relevance, etc. Calculate ROI. And then we just need to put this as well. So it's asking us for the website URL. Click calculate URL. That is pretty nice, to be fair. Like I would say the UI of Bolt is actually much nicer than the UI of Quen, so fair play to it. But we have got the output back from Quen, and that's doing the job, plus it's come back to version 2 already in the space of time, right? Now, the actual ROI calculator from Lovable is pretty basic as well. I would actually say if I look at the UI, I'd say the Bolt.new is winning. That created the nicest tool. And then Quen 2.5 Max probably created the second nicest one, and this is like just a super basic tool. Right, so, and it also took the longest to create the outputs. It does work perfectly, which is awesome, but if I had a choice, I'd probably go with Bolt.new, then I'd go with Quen 2.5 Max and Quen Web Dev Coder, and then from there, we're going to go on to Lovable as like the third choice, I would say. Next up, let's try the next prompt now. So we're going to say keyword, let's see what we got here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the Monk Mode Journal app. So I'm going to copy this and we'll go back into Bolt, Quen, and Lovable and see which one performs the best. Make sure you've got Web Dev selected when you're using Quen, and we'll do the same inside Bolt.new as well. I will say Quen is just absolutely rapid when it's doing the outputs. So you can see how fast it is for creating things here. Now, the other option that you have that's completely free is Firebase, right? Firebase.google.com. I've actually got an SOP inside the SEO Success Lab if you want to get that link in the comments description. So if we delete one of these workspaces, you can actually use this for free. And then we can type in our prompt like so. And we'll compare all 4 tools. Now, Firebase is another free tool as well. So now we've got today's reflection prompt. What did you learn about yourself today? How are you feeling? Write your thoughts, etc. It looks quite nice. It's quite sleek. And then it's also got some trends in terms of how you're feeling. So let's put 5 here. I'm going to put awesome day building out n8n AI automations. Because what more can you ask for, right? So we're going to hit save entry like so. That's saved the entry. Beautiful. The prompt is pretty nice. And also we can just deploy this. So we'll click deploy. Click on that link. Open it up, and we're good to go on that, right? So that app is ready to go. If we check it in responsive mode, you can see it works perfectly in responsive mode. And that's pretty awesome to build, right? Now, if we go to bolt.new, that is still coding out. So is Lovable. Firebase Studio is giving us some options on prototyping, so let's check this out. But I mean, in terms of usability and speed, Quen is just powering ahead, right? It's faster than Bolt, faster than Lovable, faster than Firebase, and it's completely free. Plus, you can deploy to subdomains. If you want to deploy your app on Firebase, you do have to pay. So that's one of the biggest differences here. If we click on, for example, publish, it's going to link to Google Cloud Billing, and then we have to pay for this bad boy. So just something to be aware of there is like the only tool that is completely free here is Quen 2.5 Max, right? The other thing to note here is if you go back to Bolt, you know, exactly the same prompt as Quen and everything else. We use the same prompt on every single tool, and Bolt has already come back to us with a bunch of errors, right? If we click attempt fix, we can try, but you can see we only have a limited number of tokens that we can use. So the more errors it has, which are not your fault, the more you rinse through the tokens. So that's quite hard to get through. Lovable is still going ahead, right? So you can see this is still building stuff out. It's taking quite a long time. Firebase is creating the project now, but again, you can't deploy it for free. Now, we attempted the fix, but bolt.new is still struggling, so I'm going to put Bolt last here because so far it's totally failed. We'll wait for Firebase, and we'll wait for Lovable. To be fair, look at that from Lovable. That's pretty beautiful. Let's just make sure it actually works. So let's put happy here. How did you nourish your spirit today? And I put with protein bars. That's how I nourish my spirit. Gratitude. I am grateful for this moment of reflection. I intend to be more mindful tomorrow. Let's hit save journal. Entry. And then look at that. That's pretty cool actually. So it's come back to us with the details on the app and everything else. Honestly, I would say, I mean, aside from the UI, which is a little bit dodgy over here, I'm going to put Lovable number 1. But again, Quen is coming in number 2. Firebase is coming in number 3. So it's created something nice, as you can see, but it's very similar to Quen. And then bolt.new just totally failed, right? So if you compare all 4 apps, Quen is coming in second again, which is pretty impressive, to be honest. It's more consistent and it's faster than every other tool as well. So let's try one more prompt. And by the way, if you want 50 of these prompts, feel free to get that inside the AI Success Lab. Link in the comments description. It's completely free. Comes with all my best automations, tips, templates, workflows, and you can just join a community of how many people we got in here. 6,400 people in here. It's crazy stuff. So feel free to join that. Link in the comments description. And if you want to get support, help, tips, etc., join the AI Profit Boardroom. That comes with coaching, support, community, and help and advice, plus weekly calls. So feel free to check that out. Link in the comments description. So if we go back to Quen now, let's take one more example. So we'll create, for example, the churn risk predictor for calculating clients. We're going to go to new chat, plug that in. We'll do the same inside Lovable. Firebase we won't use this time, and then Bolt we'll try as well. and we'll see what we get back. So Quen has already come back to us. He is unbelievably fast. Now let's put in the activity level. And that has failed actually. You can see here that when we click calculate churn score, that doesn't actually work. So I'm going to say when I click calculate churn score, nothing happens. Lovable is still building out. Bolt.new seems to still be building out. And we're getting version 2 back from Quen 2.5 Max. Now, Lovable has come back to us, and that's looking pretty nice to be fair. Let's just click that, we'll enter the client name, just as an example. And there we go, we'll get the client risk score perfectly. So to be fair, like Lovable is really good actually. It's got a lot better since I last tested it. Bolt again is broken. That's like 2 out of 3 tests is broken and giving us errors, which is wild really. If we click attempt fix, it just says potential problem detected, but it doesn't seem to fix it, right? So I just keep clicking attempt fix, doesn't do anything. Lovable is winning and coming in number 1. Let's check out this one. To be fair, Quen is broken as well, but at least it gives us some sort of output. So I'm going to put Lovable number 1. I think, honestly, if you want to go for a paid option that gives you a more premium experience, probably go with Lovable. Like, that's worked most of the time. Bolt.new has failed 2 out of 3 times, and I can't seem to fix this one. So I would put that in last. And then, you know, if you're looking for a free, fast option, then I would go with Quen 2.5 Max. Bear in mind as well, inside Quen 2.5 Max, you can also, for example, generate deep research, artifacts, image generation, video generation, code, etc. So it is a very powerful tool, and it is completely free as well. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get the full SAP template tips, all the links from today as well, feel free to get that inside the AI SEO Success Lab. Link in the comments description. It's completely free. It comes with a community of 6,400 people, and we're posting new cool stuff in there all the time. If you want to get an amazing community that's basically focused on helping you implement this stuff, actually making it actionable, giving you useful tips, and just focusing more on like making money and scaling up, then I would recommend the AI Profit Boardroom. Comes with weekly coaching calls, comes with an awesome community, all on my best agents, tips, templates, workflows, and additionally, if you can't make the Q&As, you can watch them back as the recordings, right? So feel free to get that link in the comments description. There's a limited time offer right now, which is going to run out this month, so make sure you get that before it expires, and thanks very much. for watching. Appreciate it. Cheers. Bye bye.